Okay. Well, thanks, Shelley. I'm so happy to be here today to chat about family engagement and the PTP app. My name is Heidi Lehman. My husband, Michael, and I have 4 children, ages 14, 12, 7, and 2. Our 3 older children are diagnosed on the autism spectrum, and they all have IEPs. So I am well acquainted with the IEP process on a personal level. On a professional level, I'm a WSPEI Family Engagement Coordinator for the WSPEI grant. I cover CSIS 8 and 9. If you aren't familiar with the WSPEI grant, WSPEI stands for Wisconsin Statewide Parent Educator Initiative. We are a DPI discretionary grant, and our focus is all about relationships. We believe that when families are involved in their child's education, the child achieves greater success. Our grant also focuses on Indicator 8, which is the family involvement portion of the IEP process. We also have to work with Indicator 3C, which is reading outcomes for children with disabilities. We work closely with families. We coach them through the IEP process. We refer them to community or statewide resources. And we also partner with districts. We offer a family home visiting training. We offer a family engagement assessment and planning project where we actually work with educators to build their capacity and their relationships with families and students with disability. And then we also have many learning modules for districts and families as well, ranging from our literacy series. We offer a college and career ready IEP module for families. And then we have several communication modules as well. So a little bit about our WSPEI grant. When I think about family engagement and the transition process in the PTP app, the first thing that comes to mind is the focus on college and career ready IEPs, but really the 5 beliefs. It's important to recognize that family engagement is one of the 5 core beliefs essential for developing IEPs that promote college and career readiness. The 5 core beliefs incorporate the most important aspects of engagement between educators, between students, between families. And consistent practice of these beliefs will enable families and schools to build that strong foundation for success. So as we think about the 5 core beliefs, we think about high expectations for our students. And this is one that I kind of feel a little bit sad about. I don't think families always have the same mindset with expectations for their children. I think families think that their kids will end up living at home or in a group home type setting. And I don't think families realize all the potential and all the opportunities that are available to our young people with disabilities. So just keeping those high expectations at the forefront of the IEP process, I think, is important. Culturally responsive practices. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one since we've all been working so hard and investing so much into learning about culture and equity. But when it comes to family engagement, I would encourage IEP teams to really think creatively about how you can incorporate the students' culture into their academic program, and just consider things like their special interests or their family story, and just make that fit into their academic program. Student relationships, this is important, right? A team with good rapport works well together, but it just doesn't end in the classroom. Consider those community relationships. How can students get to know their neighbors and interact with them? Encourage families to get their kids out in the community and get them involved and practice those interpersonal skills. As we all know, disability is a natural part of life, and the more people that are exposed to disability, the more comfortable they're going to become. And it's really all about that relationship building. The next one, family and community engagement. And I've touched on the community piece a little bit, but really just encourage families to use their child's strengths. So on a personal level, my daughter Maggie, she has a special interest in cats. She loves cats. So we have her volunteer at our local animal shelter on Saturdays. She feeds the cats, cleans their spaces, talks to the cats, and she just loves it. And the shelter staff, they love her too. They adore her. They love seeing her when she comes in the building. They love chatting with her. And unknown to Maggie, she's building all sorts of skills, responsibility, communication, and management, pride in her work. So again, just to reiterate, be creative, when you think about family engagement and those community supports. And then finally, collective responsibility. Knowing that the IEP process and a child's goal isn't just the responsibility of the case manager. How can every member of the IE team support that child with academic and career readiness? It could be, the bus driver, or the janitor. Just consider those relationships that that student is making in their day-to-day life. My daughter has a close relationship with one of the lunch ladies at her middle school. And on Wednesdays, the kids are allowed to come in and get homework help just for some tutoring. And Maggie actually gets to work with Miss Marcy, her lunch lady. And I think it's a really special time for the two of them. Maggie really looks forward to it. And I think Miss Marcy really does too. So just having, just be intentional about collective responsibility and, knowing that we're all in this, everybody is a member of the IEP team and we can all work collectively, for the success of the child.